go, going live. I have one more device to go. Here we go. We're going to start with this Miss Classy Talk Show. Here we go. Here we go. Just 1 minute. We got a couple seconds. All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Miss Classy Talk Show. I'm your hostess and your Moses, Miss Classy. Hello, YouTube. Hi, TikTok. And hi, Facebook. Thank you for you guys all for taking your time to come out and check out your girl. It's going to be an amazing topic today. It's called Why You Won't. Why You Won't. It's all about change. So we're going to get that going. But first of all, before I say anything, I would like to thank you guys all again and welcome you guys all to my I'm back on my groove with my shows and that. I've been off for a while. I had to heal, but that's okay. I am doing great, because through the Lord. Amen for that. And as I always like to do for a show, here's some amazing stuff right here for our females like that we always should take care of our queen business, Yana oil. You cannot go out without Yana oil because one thing, Yana oil, you got to stay fresh down there. So always remember you get your Yana oil. All right. So I like to say that for us queens. So right now I'm gonna get into the topic in that on why you won't. So let's get busy. What goes through your mind when change is activating in your mind? I will answer this for you. When you hear the word change in your mind, are you frightened of change? Not everybody is going to like the new you. Of course, when you're changing that, some people won't like the new you, right? They always try to criticize you, right? Or do something, right? All right. Are you seeking approval from others about change? I will answer this question. Either you are saying to yourself, yes, I'm seeking approval because change can ruin my reputation. And the truth about the feelings is not true. It's not true at all. This is what's going into your mind. Thank you thank you YouTube. Thank you TikTok. I see you guys. Change will never ruin your reputation. Change will never ruin your reputation. If you're stepping wrong in life, so change. The difference is if you step around in life, it ruins your reputation, right? Because people's talking about you about it, right? Whatever you had done, right? So it's ruining your reputation, right? And that because of your past ways, past things, people will throw up anything. They throw up anything because they just want to start some mess with you because they don't like the new you, right? They don't like the new you. So let's get on. So change takes baby steps each day and discipline. Learning to stop the bad habits. While having healthy boundaries. Yeah, it's very important. We got to have healthy boundaries. If we don't have healthy boundaries, what happens? What happens when we don't have healthy boundaries? No wonder why people's disrespecting us and just doing anything for us because we're not holding boundaries. I'm not saying that no one's perfect. We all make mistakes. We all make mistakes in life, right? We all make mistakes. We're only work in process as people that needs help through Jesus Christ. If you believe in Jesus Christ, right? And I don't know how your state of life is. I don't know. So let's go. Healthy boundaries are limits you set to protect your physical for your physical, emotional, and mental well-being. In any relationships, in interactions, and ensuring you feel respected and safe. Yeah. And that's why it's important that we always have to set boundaries in anything, even with family respect anything that you go through. We must set boundaries. We have to set them to protect ourselves, right? We have to. So let's go with the next. You are running wild in your life. So you're running wild in your life. You're running wild. You had a habit of doing wrong things and it's affecting your life. Things that need to stop in your life. Are your habits so you need to set boundaries, right? Yeah, you need to set boundaries, right? Setting how you need to remove the wrong habits that you're doing in life. Yeah. So you gotta build those. You gotta build it up, right? You gotta build it up for those change. It's very important, right? You got to. You have to, right? If you want to remove those habits, you got to remove the habits, right? Habits that you're doing in your life. Setting boundaries to learning to have self-respect. Self-respect. Protecting your well-being, your physical, emotional, and mental well-being by setting limits, saying no to wrong choices, saying yes to right choices. Let me piggyback on that. Yeah. So we have a choice. We have choices in life. The choices is either we're going to walk right in life or we're not going to, right? So it's our decision what we make. But when you learn to change your ways, you'll notice a big difference in your life. But when you hold on to those wrong choices and keep on repeating the wrong choices, I just injure myself and I got to be careful with my hands. So one thing is you gotta remember, right? We gotta set our limits. We gotta say, no, we can't do this anymore like we used to. We gotta say yes to I want to change. I want to change my life for a purpose. There's a reason why. There's a reason why I want to change my life, right? There's a reason. So I'm gonna go to the next. Enrich self-esteem, respecting your own boundaries and needs, and builds self-esteem and self-respect. Let's say you have financial boundaries. Let's say you have financial boundaries, right? Needing to establishing limits on how much you're willing to spend or lend to others and protecting your financial resources. So you probably have the problem that you need to straighten up some financial issues because maybe you said, I'm coming to this problem that I'm out of money all the time. We all got that habit. We always want that fine Gucci bag. We always want that Louis Vuitton bag. We always want that. We always want with the bear, a blueberry. What's it called? We always want those top of the line things because we want to try to really be into the fashion of the world. And sometimes we don't really have that money. So we spend our last dime to look glamorous. And then when you come out, later, your clothes are wear and tear from that stuff that you bought. And they're very, very expensive stuff. And I was like, I paid $1,000 on this and it's ruined. Right? So it's like we gotta do something about this, right? Fashion is nice. It's beautiful. Yes, it is like that, right? But sometimes if you even go, but it depends on your quality of clothes. Because even with me, I will buy a little bit of expensive clothes, but I know how to shop, right? I know how to shop. I know how to find those deals. So I'm not paying $300. I'm not paying $500. I'm not paying $600. I'm not paying $1,000. So I know how to shop. When you know how to shop, then you know how to rock it, right? You know how to rock it. You know how to rock those sales because you know how to shop. And then you can live within your own needs and that because you probably paid $90 for $1,000 outfit. Yes, that can happen. I had that happen to me. And it was $1,000 outfit. I paid $90 for it. So one thing is, it's just about thing about when it comes to your money, you gotta set your limits. How much if people actually you borrow? Well, you only can borrow $25. That's all I'm gonna give you. Okay, or something. I'm just making a statement. Let's say it like that, right? If you want to limit money, 25. That's all your limit. But you're not gonna sit there and do your last dime that you probably have bills that you got to pay, right? Right? Yeah, it's not being rude or anything, not disrespecting the person or try to say, oh, I don't care about your needs. But sometimes when you don't have the money, but you're willing to help somebody, you can help them with the best that you can, and then they're gonna have to find other ways to do it too, right? That's right, but it's not saying that you're being selfish. You're being generous, yeah, from the heart. But if that's your last dime, and something that you need for your bill, you got to pay your bill first, right? Right. So let's go to the next. So probably you're doing with money problems that you need to change. This, like I was saying, you need to change your money habits. It takes saying no to unnecessary things that's not needed. Yeah, this is the thing too. We got problems, I even admit it too. I have problems too that when I know I don't need that, I said, why, Miss Classy, you are buying that item? Why are you buying that item, Miss Classy? You know you don't need it. And I end up buying it because it's the fad thing. It's the fad thing of this world. And I said, I got to have it when I didn't really need it. How many times did I use it? Oh, my goodness. Saying yes to things that are important, especially now in this economy. Yeah, especially now in this economy. Broadcasting problem on one end. So in this economy, there's a lot of problems that's going in this economy. We have to really think about our money now because this economy is, I'm not even saying the word, that all I'm going to say is that we need to find ways to save money when you're on a fixed income. Right? When you're on a fixed income, we got to learn how to save that money, especially into our businesses. We got to learn how to save our money, right? And that's a good thing too, because this way you won't be always out of money, right? We got to say, oh, I got to set aside money for this. I got to set aside money for this, like money for my, I have one for bills. I have one that I need for necessary things that I need that's important. And then I have another one for maybe business funds because maybe you guys are running business. I don't know where you guys are running, right? But maybe you're running a business. So you say, I got to save some money for my business. Also, I got to save money for my family. I have children or whatever. Yeah. So you got those piles of monies, right? That's how the millionaires get blah, 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 right? You stuff like that because they invest, right? And stuff. And so one thing, if we learn to set all that stuff, you will be amazed. You'll be amazed how change into your life. So down things are you doing going higher nowadays? That's all I'm saying. It's going higher in price, and no matter how much we make on a daily basis, we still have to set money aside. Just like I said, to survive in life. Yes, to survive in life, we got to set a plan to survive in life. And relationships, right? In relationships. Yep, I'm talking about relationships. Relationships. We must set boundaries, or it is going to burn us out in our relationships. Yes, yeah, you guys. You know when it comes to relationships, y'all gonna be beefing in there out. Y'all gonna have the flip flops and that and stuff, but that's how it is in relationships, right? But if you know how to handle it right, if you know how to do things right in a relationship, right, things are going to run smoothly. Of course, you're going to have your bumps. Nobody's perfect. We're all a work in progress that needs change into our lives, right? We all need change. We all need growing in that, right, into the life. Because nobody's 100%. Nobody is 100%, right? So you must communicate clearly, express your boundaries clearly, using I statements to cover for the behaviors or whatever the affect. Example, I would like to have a talk with you about things that needs addressing to, right? I will need to talk to you about things that need to be addressed, right? Because we always need something to be addressed, but it's not a thing to be mean and rude and curse the person out. No, 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 no. That's not the way to handle things. We don't want to curse out. I don't care how because the tongue is powerful. We gotta be careful how we say it. Everybody sure struggles with this. I know, and I know there's hidden agendas behind y'all that you know that you have a problem with that. But nothing wrong with that because you just is all it is. It's just you need to change. You need to change that habit because it's called habits. When we have a habit of doing that, we're gonna keep on doing it, right? And so don't wow, you're cute. So you have oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So do not feel that was from the TikTok. Do not feel guilty setting boundaries. It is not selfish. It's a necessary part of self care, necessary part of self care and healthy relationships. Nothing wrong to let your partner know how you feel about things. Yeah, if you gotta have I have Mark has problems on one end. You have to learn to open up to your partner. Yeah, it's very important to open up to your partner because they will never know what you have on your mind if you do not open up. That's why it's always important to have a clearly uh, uh, understanding a clearly good communication, even with the other partner too. Don't cut the person off. That's very rude. That's showing that you don't care what their feelings are when you're cutting them off. I'm sure people don't. Don't realize that they want to get their 2 cents in it. Of course, men are from Mars, women from Venus, right? And that's why we have two different things. Men go to the cave, and women go shutting the mouth off. Yeah, we all shout, 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 shout. And the men say, "I got to think about in the cave," right? And stuff. Of course, of course, of course, of course, of course, right? But cutting a person off that shows disrespect. That shows disrespect. But I sure don't mean maybe that's not the intentions are, but so we got to really watch out what we do because it's just habits. It's habits that we need to just let go. We need to just let go of those habits. Yes. Oh, yes, yes, yes. So, like they say, a mouth do not get fed unless you open it up. Yeah, just like I said, our mouth don't get fed unless you open it up. You got to open up. You got to let the person know how you feel about things, but do it in a respectful way. We don't want to be out of alignment with anything like that. I don't care how the person made you upset or made you feel a certain way. You just got to learn how to communicate. When you learn to communicate and better with your partner, it's good, right? You're gonna have a better it's a better way to handle things. And this is true if you keep it closed. How would a person know how you really feel? Just like I said, right? So seek support if you're struggling to set a maintain boundaries. Maintain boundaries. It's very important. But maintain boundaries, right? Consider us, okay, yeah, for maintain boundaries, consider seeking support from a therapist or counselor if you are at a point that you are going out of control. Yeah, if you cannot help yourself, it's nothing wrong with going and getting help. That's why we have these therapists. That's why we have counselors. And we still can pray, 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 but we need more help. And it's very, very important that we get that help, right? Because the more you help uh, yourself and get help and you acknowledge that you need the help, say hello, hi. So the more you acknowledge and stuff, the more better you will be more comfortable about your situation in life, right? Because you're getting the correct help. So nothing wrong with getting extra help from people who admit they cannot do it. Wins when they get the help. So you win when you get the help. Think about it. You win when you get the help because you went to the counselor, you went to the therapist or whatever you needed, and that's the amazing thing. Hello, Pam, how you doing? So that's the amazing thing. When you go and you get the right help, believe me, it will work. I mean, You got to find your comfort zone, who you go to. Find your comfort zone, who is right for you, who's the right fit, who's the right one that's going to pour into you. You got to find the right person to pour into you, right? Okay. So they need to help them along with their dealing life. Life can give us ups and downs. We are in charge to take the responsibility to change, to win in life. Yeah, we are in charge to take take the responsibility in life. Okay, it all begins in our mindset. Yes, it all begins into the mindset. It all begins into the mindsets. Once we clear our minds from toxic thinking and make room for positive thinking, watch how our mind changes. And once we remove the habits and make better, good habits to help us successfully succeed in our life. Yeah, so when we're doing that, you're winning. You're winning. When we're going in there, we're fixing ourselves up. We're really helping ourselves because we're getting that necessary help that we need. This is to help us to grow and to learn to let go. We got to let go of those things and to build better habits, right? We got to build better habits. So let's go to the next. We work within the mind. Now it is time for our bodies. Our bodies. So I'm going into the bodies too, because we got to take care of our bodies too. This is very important. Our body belongs to the God. Whatever we feed it, our bodies, we become that choice we make from eating the wrong choices. Yep, whatever you eat, that's what they said. That's what you are, right? So if you are eating a lot of junk, then we become a junkie, right? We become a junkie. Yeah. So when you eat a lot of junk, you become a junkie. If we eat a lot of veggies, we become a vegetable. If we eat a lot of fruit, we become a fruit. Hey, there you go. If we drink a lot of water, we become a water bottle. Hey, that's awesome to become a water bottle, huh? And then become the fruits and everything, right? All about changing our mindset. Yeah, it's all in the mindset. It's all in the mind. That makes us feel so good. When we eat healthy, our body is happy and our mind becomes happy. When we do not take care of ourselves, we begin to feel weak, low is energy. We cannot think right. We need to really change our diet, right? Yeah, we need to change our diet. So this wrong with our diet. Start writing down each day what are we eating. It's there a lot of sugar or too much caffeine. We may love our coffee like I do. If you're consuming 4 cups a day, this is not a good choice. Yeah, it's not a good choice to do. And no wonder it's not a good choice. Like I said, and no wonder we are wired. Yeah, jerky. Yeah, because too much caffeine. So we have to make adjustments. Yeah, we have to make adjustments. We have to make adjustments by cutting it down to only 2 cups, right? 2 cups a day. So no more than 2 cups of coffee, and being careful on sugar and cream. If you want cream and sugar, use in moderation. Do not overdo anything. Yeah, if you do overdo anything, it's not good for us. If you overdo anything, right? It's not good for us. It's not healthy for us at all, right? So making good habits to exercise, it lowers stress. It makes you feel good. Do some walking, strength training to help tone up you and drink lots of water daily. Change is not hard. Change is not hard once you put your mind to it. If you do not put your mind to it, then change will not work for you because of your mindset. It is time to change your mindset. It's time to change your mindset. It is time to change. Watch the difference in your life. You will feel so good inside and outside. And the more than all, smile, smile, smile. Life is a blessing. So when we begin to adopt good habits into our life and repairing ourselves and our brain, doing the right things for our own, for our good, for our well-being, and that you're gonna watch how you will change and you will grow each day. So I'll see you guys all next Thursday. I usually be on at 1 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time, but I had a meeting today, so I had to be on. So I went on for 2 o'clock. So I see you guys the next week. You guys be a blessing, and I just thought to let you guys know too. I do a Christian broadcast, which is this me, not the and that's on Saturdays. Hallelujah Christian broadcast. It airs at 2 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So, guys are welcome to join. I'll see you guys on the next. You guys, peace and love and blessings to you guys.